Allah, 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 Allah.
This life is 60, 70 years and continuations of the next life. There are indeed those who believe of the unseen, al-ghaib, because to the first 5 pillars of Islam, the shahada, the witnessing, the prayer, the giving of charities, fasting the month of Ramadan, and go on pilgrimage to Mecca once in a lifetime if you can. They are actually identification card to identify a Muslim. If you have a neighbor and he disappeared for a month and you think, where did he go? And then he came back with a few goodies from Saudi Arabia, you know that he'd been on a trip. Where you be? He said, I want on pilgrimage. You saw him going up and down as in prayer. Well, you could tell. But that's the outer structures of Islam. But the inward teaching, which is the belief, is to believe in God. That's no one could actually tell. Do you believe in God or not? You could sit cross-legged and put a turban, whatever you like, and you're totally void of any belief whatsoever. You could be the devil himself. So this first one is the connection with the community, but the second part of the structures of Islam, belief, is they connect you to God. So do you believe in God? You believe in His angels? That's something you don't see. You believe in His books? That's something you don't know anything about, except, of course, a few books that are available to us. Then you start to believe also that the good things you do and the things that also you think they are not so good, they come from God. And also you believe in life after death. So the life does not end there. Because so many philosophical concepts is actually do not see there is a day of judgment. Without a day of judgment, life will become meaningless. Because so many people we feel, we like to see them in the court of God one day. And let Him face the music. So it is necessary for, if this is the way you have to face God within Islam. Sometimes you hear people actually in the traditional Islamic society talking to each other, I will see you on a day of judgment before God. So they are quite certain of that. So they're not really afraid of meeting God. And they know this is the most realistic and truth of the teaching of Islam. And this is what we call the belief of the ghaib. And the life after that, so there is 2 different concepts. The life after death and the belief in day of judgment, and then of course the other states of illuminations afterward. Now, day of judgment has nothing to do, whatever between oneself and God, that's private. God is not really interested to torture anybody. This is according to Islamic teaching. But the problem is with people among themselves. So if we have, within Islam, if you have done anything wrong against anybody else, against even an ant, people you walk until you see, congregations of ants, you step on them for no reasons, they done no harm to you, it's actually you will be answering to God for them. The Holy Prophet, may peace and blessed Allah be upon him, he was sitting with his companion, and then he saw a fire nearby. He came to investigate. So he said, oh, this is they said we camped and it was ants everywhere. So we tried to burn them up. He gets so upset with them. He said, what right did God give you from the whole planet? You come and crowd them in their own homes and then you say they are harming us? So he was very, very sensitive with that. Same one time, for example, a Bible day, he saw a bird. He seemed very distressed. And he asked, what's happening here? He said, we find the little baby
Fledglings.
Yes, they took them. So the mother was very anxious for her youngs. He said, don't do this, give back. So he was, from point of view of mercy, being merciful, Allah, he called him بِالْمُؤْمِنِينَ رَؤُوفُ Rahim. He is very gentle and kind and merciful. And according to tradition, this great prophet of God is actually, he never said no to anyone. The only time he said no, that when he made the shahada, the testimony of, I bear witness there is no God. That's the only time. Other time, people, they come and ask him, he will give with open arm. So this, in the Muslim community, Muslim society is actually, they always strive to emulate the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I think this what you see there, of course, it is the calligraphy of the foundations of belief. That's what we've been talking about. So the problem with Israeli is not with Islam. The problem also with Muslims themselves. So we cannot blame, Muslims, they always blame colonizations, this, that, kind of things, which, yes, it is like, you blame, if your body is weak, you have sort of, your immune system is collapsing, and did a mosquito bite you or something, you get sick and you say, oh, mosquito, no, it's not. Mosquito is one of the symptoms. So humanity, actually, at large, there is no more sort of this country or that country. We live more than a global village. We live in a global bedroom, most likely. So, and communications, it's amazing in the age of communication that people, they don't know anything about anything. Yeah? These books I mentioned, the 6 books of the Holy Prophet, which contain tens of thousands of hadiths, the Holy Quran, commentaries, whatever you could think about Islam, it's on the internet. But in the same time, there is nothing. Because people don't have the patience to sit there and study anything. It's a human nature. وَخُلِقَ الْإِنسَانَ عَجُولًا. God, he said, the human being created in a rush. So if you get that constantly, he said, give it to me now. If you can't get it now, it is forever sort of feeling, he's always ahead of himself. The Holy Prophet ﷺ, he made a box on the ground. He was teaching his companion through artwork. It's something like this. And he put in one end a figure. He said, that's a man, that's a human being. And the other side of the box, he said, that's his destiny, his hope there. So, and he's not looking through the box, which is the picture here is actually the lifespan, our life. Our work and where we're born, how we've been programmed and the things that happen to us. But the human being is always actually, he looks out of his destiny because his hope goes further than his lifespan. So some people, of course, think there is no harm in this. But this is, of course, is quite dangerous because you are stretching yourself, according to Islam, way too thin. You live 1/3 in the past, 1/3 in the future, and 1/3 in the present time. So it is, you never actually what you call complete human being. And this is where a state of forgetfulness comes. In Islam, this 5 daily prayer and the movement contained in this 5 daily prayers is actually to bring you back from this scattered self.